Righto, YouTubers, bike addicts, whatever you want to call yourselves. I'm back in the shed today. My mission today is quite clear. I need to dismantle the nav 6, nav 7, what is it? It's nothing. It's called BMW Communicator. Comes with the bike. Unfortunately, it's not fit for purpose. Barnstormer, thank you, Maidenhead Barnstormer. Maidenhead took it back. I'm now going back to what I've been using for the last 2 years. We resulted in using this because nav from BMW wasn't really fit for purpose. Up until last year, it wasn't even following waypoints. So I'm going back to this. I'm going to dismantle this and fit this. It's not as easy as it was last year on the 1250 because the cable plug was just down there in the corner. It's a lot harder. You've got to dismantle the front. It's pretty easy. There's some hidden tricks. It doesn't feel like it's going to come off, but it will. I'm going to show you how to do it. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we go. Let's get on with it. So first job is to remove the screen. You need your key, so don't disappear to the shed without it. So we'll remove the screen quick as. Using the wrong bit here. Bit embarrassing. Anyway, remove the screen. Carefully does it, so you don't scratch it. Screwdriver, by the way, is a Facon, French, guaranteed for life. That crash you heard then was a box falling down that I tucked away earlier, crashing down onto my lovely black screen. I'm not even going to bother looking. See what it tells me later. Okay, here we go. These bits come off. Easy. They're going to be reprinted in some kind of carbon fibre crap in no time. 2 bolts. 1, 2. Careful with this one because everything drops. 1, 2. Don't let this drop down on your TFT. Probably better off putting a cloth over your TFT because that will really piss you off. A useless navigation system ruining your TFT. Not a good day out. Now, bike's on, into menu, screen up. This bit feels loose. You'll go looking for screws, but there aren't any. It's on 2 clips. Get your fingers underneath it here and here and just lift it. Like that. Don't hit it into there because you'll damage it. And then out it comes. And there's just 2 tiny clips there and there. So hence the prying again with the fingers. Up. Now this is where the good news is. So they've actually thought about it this time. They've hidden away the screw. They've hidden away. Let's see if I can zoom in. Bit of zoomage there. You can actually see what's going on now in beautiful 4K. Okay, this is the plug. This is the one you want to disconnect. So grab yourself a pair of cutters. Cut that cable tie there. They folded up the excess wire in there and cut that one there. Now it can dangle down here by the fog lights. So then all you have to do is disconnect this plug. A little press in there to the left hand side with your thumb, and that comes off. And then you're left with this plug, which is on a bracket, which I have no clue how to get off. So give me a second with that and I'll figure it out. Okay, so that's done, that's out, and now it's free. So what you've then got is connected ride still attached to this frame. Now you need this frame, that's got to go back on, but also you need this, you need the new cable to connect into that. Now I think I still have my old cable already rigged up, so it should just fly in there. So the only advice I can give you is BMW done a really nice job of securing all these wires. The last thing you want is a rattle in there. So just secure all this excess cable like BMW did with cable ties. Don't leave the old cable ties floating around in there, because they will come loose and you won't know how, but you've got a rattle. Launch them, rethread them. So all in all, much better. Waterproof area for your new connector. Job done. Well, not quite done. Now I've got to see what I've got in the way of electronic connectors. So out of shot, what I'm doing is just removing these bolts so I can disconnect connected ride from the frame. Disconnect that, put the frame back on, then I've got a frame for my own nav. And this goes in the drawer, ready for connection later. What I'm going to do on this one is I don't have a plug directly to connect straight back into there, so I'm going to re-secure this with some cable tied to that frame so it doesn't rattle. And I'm going to use DIN to USB. There's DIN here, so my suspicion is BMW are going to sort their crap out anytime soon, so it'll be a shame to unwire the harness for the current communicator. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to refit the frame and put my DMD back on, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Now it's very tempting to do this connector off the bike, on the bike. If you do and you drop a screw down there, it's going to stay hidden and it's going to rattle. Take the frame, do it on your workbench, then connect it. Believe me, I've been there. Okay, that is done. Ready to go back on. Again, bend the cable tie. This one being longer will work a bit easier. Now I have got a little tool for tightening cable ties. You just slot the cable tie in there against the head of the cable tie, and pull it. At the same time, cut it off. That is tight now. That isn't coming off. So my idea was run the cable down to get rid of this lump of a connector. Now the in is here. So the idea was to come down through here and out the bottom here. So that way I can store all my loose cable in here. Okay, what I've managed to do is sort out the right amount of cable. The top piece is going to come out here with the frame on. There's a little notch already made in the plastic, and I've managed to locate a nice neat little area down here, so it can follow down in front of the mechanism down and tuck into there. That should come outside of the panel. That will then reach up to my DIN plug. I think that's going to work. Let's see when I put it back together in a second. Again. That's it. It just needed a little bit more space. So pop the frame back together, which goes on like that. I always find with aluminium, when I left school I was an engineer till I was 20 odd, and one thing they always taught me when I was a kid, start it off. Definitely with aluminium, you take your driver and start ploughing in. You're going to thread it. And I know, try not to use a mechanical driver to do stuff back up unless I'm really lazy, because that is when you are going to thread it. And there we go. Nice and neat. Tighten these up before you put the screen back on, because you won't get behind them otherwise. So get your screen. This is where this Thorpe Racing screen comes into its own. That is it, it's on. And then when you want to leave, cafe, whatever, off. I love that. So get it at the right angle, which is about there. Take your driver. And again, you're dealing with aluminium. You don't want to go winding it too hard. And that looks about perfect. And I'm pleased to know that when that box clattered down earlier, it didn't do any damage. Difficult to see through the tinted screen. Find the hole. So line it up properly, Mr. B, and fire the screw in. And then nip this one up Otherwise, when you reach for the screw, in a minute, the screen will slide around and scratch. Well, I think it's going to do that anyway. Before you tighten this up too much, just check the screen's not going to interfere. Nope, that clears it totally. So, a couple of screws go in and I'll show you the result. So I'm more than happy with that result. It's worked. So I will show you the results, but it's pretty neat. Why is this thing following me? These new devices, they're so tricky. Look, turn the camera around and it's following me. Give it up, for goodness sake. Okay, so screen back on, quite looking something back together. So what I've ended up with is that. A really nice, neat little screen with absolutely anything I want on it. So I've got TomTom, I've got DMD navigation, I've got my Cardo, which is my helmet, as you all know. Oops. Looking for unit. I've got my phone and everything you want on a... Well, you could use your phone, but these devices are tough. They're waterproof. They've got 800 nit screen. They don't overheat. I was in Italy once and my screen overheated on my iPhone and basically couldn't use it. You've got a host of different navigation systems. My current favourite is TomTom because it does what it says on the tin. You put as many waypoints in as you want, and as soon as you upload it to my TomTom, it appears on the system here, which is absolutely brilliant. You go straight into my routes and shortcut to the Cotswolds. Thank you very much. Let's go. That says Newbury, but that's the Podium Cafe. It's just really useful. So I, at the moment, using TomTom purely because I've got everything, all my maps and systems, and it will read the navigation. What are the maps called? The routing systems for navigation. I've forgotten the name of them. Oh hell! Vehicle voltage critical. Well, that's been plugged in overnight. So anyway, that'll be all right. Okay, so that's that. That, once it's connected into that DIN there via USB, will work. It looks really neat, as you can see, and actually works. And when you go into a cafe, and when you go into a cafe, take it with you. If this is your phone, you're on a winner because you can use this as a phone. I've got an iPhone, so yeah. And when you come out of the cafe, it's literally that, and you're good to go. TomTom. It's got a really fast processor in it, and off you go. So I've had really good success with that. We navigate tools with that because all our GPX files are stored on the cloud, and I can download them straight to TomTom. It doesn't go wrong. Everything else to this date has failed, but this hasn't. DMD, have a look at the bottom of my website, lifeisaride.co.uk. Take a look, see what you think. Okay, this is me finished for the day. Just wanted to remind you that we run a tour company. Have a look at the website, lifeisaride.co.uk. Tour company with a difference. I started the company 3 years ago when I got sick and tired of going on tours with big companies like Magellan, British Bike Tours. British Bike Tours was a fun one. We rode past Lake Como. Yep, we got down there. No one could be bothered to go around Lake Como, and we rode past it. So we looked at the whole tour industry, and we wanted to reevaluate it and the way we wanted to run it and run tours. We want people to enjoy themselves. We want people ready to stop. We don't try and do 300 miles in a day. We don't try and do 250. Maximum 150. Push it. Lots of stops. Lots of looking at scenery. Enjoying yourself. Lots of photos. Basically, enjoy what you've ridden all the way there to see, rather than ride past it. I mean, that really was the crux for me. Riding past Lake Como. Come on! So, since been back to Lake Como a few times, and Lake Garda, and we don't just ride past it, we stop and we stay on the lake. We take an afternoon out, we'd ride around the lake. So yeah, that's the way we do things. Slightly different. It's not about miles, it's about enjoying the scenery that you've ridden all the way there to get to. Anyway, have a look at the website, lifeisaride.co.uk. That's why I'm doing all these take apart motorbike bits, to promote the website. I'm sick of spending a fortune with Google. And I thought this would work, and actually this is more fun than paying Google money. So have a look, lifeisaride.co.uk. Free tour coming up, Cotswolds. What I try and do is run a free tour to the Cotswolds. It's a day out, it's a tour of the Cotswolds. I know them really well. We do all the scenic spots. What it enables me to do is match riders with tours, and it also enables the riders to get to know us and how we ride. And the last thing we want is to take a customer all the way to Italy, Switzerland, Picos Mountains to find out they can't ride. So it's better to find out beforehand, and otherwise you just ruin everyone's ride. You're waiting for people. I don't like to leave people behind. Some tour companies do. Some tour leaders just ride. If you're left behind, you get a phone call when they get to the hotel. I don't do that. I don't leave anybody behind. So we try and match everybody to an equal ability. Anyway, enough waffling. I enjoy taking this apart. Hope you're learning from it. I am. It's pretty easy to take apart. And have a look. Again, I'm going to say it once more. lifeisaride.co.uk. Not make life a ride. Lifeisaride.co.uk. Thanks for watching.